say.
Hello everybody, I'm Drewby and welcome to my Resident Evil Revelations 2 How to Get the Rocket Launcher Part 6. Let's get to it. At the beginning here, there's really not much to do except for walk forward with Natalia on your
Was
back.
Alex Wesker.
And it's
She's
going to go
responsible
for
for the
about a
experiment
minute or
6
so.
months ago.
They called her the overseer.
There are some items that you can
She
collect
took Moira away from me.
while having
And
Natalia
now I'll
on your
never get-
back.
And all for
Like I
fucking
believe
what?
up here to the left.
I'm sorry.
No, okay, it's up further.
It's okay.
There's
She said she was going to be reborn.
some BP on the
Reborn
ground.
how?
I forgot how much
With
it's
the
worth. Right there,
virus?
that
Why
little
did she need my
dot
little
right
girl?
there.
Doesn't make any sense.
I didn't grab it
Sorry,
because I didn't really
I
need
can't
it.
remember anything else.
Oh,
There should be
sweetie,
some
I'm sorry.
bandages
It's my
right
problem, not
here,
yours. Just take it easy.
but I didn't grab that either. I didn't really need anything just going through here. Because one thing you can't do is go through your inventory with Natalia on your back. So if you're
Are
full,
you okay?
then there's really no point.
Yeah,
And you can't switch to Natalia
I
either.
was just thinking about how I used to go for walks like this with Moira and Polly.
Were you a good family?
We tried to be. Moira
Yeah,
and I fought a
so
lot.
you're just going to have to
Even after
listen
she
to
grew up.
Barry's story,
Because she used bad words.
go through that, walk the slow,
No.
like
She
this.
just did that to tick me off.
Until we get
I'm the
to a
one who
certain
drove
point
us
coming
apart.
up. It's not
I
too
messed
much
up
longer
real
though.
bad as a father. She and Polly were
Probably like the
playing in
slowest
house.
part of this
I
game.
forgot to lock up my guns. And Moira, Polly had an accident.
Was it Moira's fault?
No, it was mine. But I raised my voice at her, and I guess I never really got around to taking the blame. Polly survived, thank God. But not me and Moira.
But just keep
We
walking,
started drifting
and the
apart.
further that you get, the
I thought
better,
she still loved you.
because it'll save you time anyways.
I appreciate
Like
you
normally
saying that.
when Natalia says I'm
I'll
good,
tell
I
you
can get
this
off your
much.
back now, then you can
Couldn't
start to
save
move
her,
fast. But
I'm gonna save
it
you. I
it
promise
was
I'll
back
get
there
you
at
off
the
this
stairs
island.
to where
I
it
know.
normally does happen, but
Thanks,
you
Barry.
can make it as far as these stairs right up here before you let her down.
It's okay. I can walk now.
All right, partner. Down you go.
So I stay as Barry right
How are we
here,
gonna get back to
just
the
to get him
surface?
up a little bit further. Because like I was saying earlier about going through a door when an AI is so far back, as long as Barry's right there, you should be alright. Switch to Natalia, and then make your way to the door, because we got zombies up here. So we could just squeeze through them, they'll clip me, it's fine. And then we just go through the door. But as long as Barry's right where I kept him,
Down here.
then you should make it through the door with no problem.
Yeah, are you?
Should just keep running through these sections. Don't have to worry about these enemies here. There is one enemy that we are going to have to worry about coming up here in a few seconds. And it's one of those invisibles. Switch to Barry here. And then you can crouch. And then he should be right there. Should at least be like right along there somewhere. Go into this room here. We gotta get this key off this wall.
See.
And I decided to do a quick menu real quick because I needed at least 4 slots. One for the key, and then there's some chemicals. What was it? The gunpowder
Let's get out
and
of
the
here
alcohol
first.
and the
Stay
bottle
close, okay?
that I needed to
will.
grab because I'm going to be using those later. Alright, so now we got the sloops. Which is not too bad of a part. The only main concern really is that there will be zombies surrounding Barry. And I had a little bit of trouble getting through them. But just make your way down the ladder here. Right where you see those footsteps, there's a hole over there. Go underneath there.
we can open the sluice.
Climb up the ladder. And to the right is a valve that we got to keep turning. There are a couple different valves that we got to keep turning to let up the things right there. To let Barry get through them. I accidentally let go because I was trying to grab something at the same time that I was turning this. And I accidentally let go of the X button and then it dropped again. So it took me a little bit longer to get this one. Alright, so that enemy there, you don't have to worry about him. He ain't gonna move. But once you reach this valve up here, there's gonna be an enemy that'll stand up, switch back to Barry, run up a little bit, so you see Natalia and the enemy, and then just shoot him down. Switch back to Natalia, and then turn the valve. To the right there, there is an herb that you can grab. But if you don't want it, then just move up a little bit, switch back to Barry. And then you're going to have to shoot that down there. Now, I'm not trying to move so much forward because those zombies right there will wake up as soon as you run right past them. I don't know if Natalia kind of triggers them too with how far she moves, but that's why I just kept Barry where he was at, that way they wouldn't really mess with him. They will all come alive. And I would, this is where I did have problems. I would go ahead and just shoot them down or knife them before they try to stand up and then move on. Because what I did was I moved on without killing them and they became a problem with for me up ahead. Yeah, just keep going straight. You don't have to worry about that one. That one only leads to one of those chests for Natalia. Here, you don't have to switch back to Barry. You can kind of just push him back, the zombie back a little bit, and then you'll be able to get past him like that. Climb up and then go around right there. There's some treasure right there if you need it. There was some treasure right there too. Yeah, switch back to Barry once you get through there. Now all these zombies are going to come alive. And they do become a problem. And then we got dogs, more zombies there. I tried to hurry up and just get to Natalia, and then I got clipped by him. There's an invisible enemy right here too, which I was trying to kill him quick to see if he becomes a problem, and then that's when the zombies came up and bit me from behind. That's why I said you probably want to take care of the zombies as quick as possible. I went to knifing because I was trying to conserve my ammo for later. Because I knew I was gonna have some problems later with a certain boss we're gonna have to fight. I didn't die here, thank God, but I came close to. If I hadn't healed up, I would have died. But I was able to knife the rest of these guys. I got all the dogs. And I was able to take out the invisible. Shoot that down, and then there's one zombie that'll pop up there. Shoot him down. Because he'll go straight after Natalia. It didn't look like it, did it? It didn't look like that got shot down, but yeah, it did get shot down. Barry should be okay, but I think, yeah, there was one zombie left down there. And I think I had to use another herb. That's the tricky part. You gotta make sure all the zombies and dogs are gone pretty much. Because they will sneak up on Barry and do somewhat of damage to him. In this next room coming up here, Natalia's gonna have 2 zombies to deal with. So we're gonna have to switch back to Barry, pull out the sniper, and then shoot him down. Yeah, see, yep, there was a couple of zombies there. I have that thing on Barry to where he's an AI. He'll use his gun, but for some reason I don't know why he wasn't using his gun. That also does help too. But yeah, switch to the sniper, and then we got the 2 zombies right there, which I think I got them both with 1 shot. Yeah, shoot those guys down. Now, there will be invisibles coming up here in a minute. Do not switch back to Barry. As soon as you turn this valve here, run straight for the door with Natalia. And even if Barry doesn't, like, if she says, I need to wait for Barry or something, give it a second and then hit the door again and you should be able to get out
Duh. I'm a
without having to
master.
deal with it. That way you don't have to kill the invisibles and you can just make it through the rest of that with no problem. So up here is another invisible to the right. We don't have to worry about him either, because we're heading straight for that ladder right over there. And then just go through the door. Now we got the biggest challenge in the game, a gate.
Okay, we're out.
Every time I try to knife this gate, and you'll see here in a second, the lock just does not want to break. I guess you gotta have it in the right spot in order to break it. But I have to slice it like a few times before it decides to cut it.
I want to know the truth.
And then this right here, where they're stuck like this, I guess it's a game thing. You just gotta wait a few seconds and then you'll be able to go through the door. I don't know why it does that. So here you can switch to Natalia and you'll be able to skip that little part right there, which I meant to do and I forgot to do it.
Let's head down and look for a way across.
But it makes it easier for turning if you're Natalia.
The old sack is gonna pay for what she did to Moira. I'm not leaving this island until she
Up here
does.
we got another one of those enemies where you gotta shoot them in their weak point. This one right here will always be in the head. So that's why I didn't switch back to Natalia. Just shoot him in the head and you'll be able to get it. Now this is what I needed the sub-weapons for. Even though I didn't have a chance to combine them yet, I'm going to be needing those later as well. But up here, seeing that I already had some on me, there is an enemy that we're going to have to
The
face.
only way up is that elevator.
We're not going to be able to kill him because he'll run away before we even get a chance to. But we'll be fighting him later as well. And it's in that room right over there.
What was that?
But first we got to come over here, hit the switch.
I can't
And
just leave
You
Natalia.
gotta wait on Natalia, which she wasn't that far behind. I figured we would have made it to the door. And so we just gotta hit that there. Now, I don't know what this guy is called, but he's got this, like, thing surrounding him,
Power switch for the
surrounding his
conveyor
weak
belt.
point. And the best thing against him is fire. Because it destroys all those, like, tentacles, I guess, what they are, around his body. And it makes it easier to get to his weak point. So I'm going to try to throw some, I think it was fire. Yeah, I believe it was fire at him that I was throwing. So you want to make sure you do have some... yes, okay, I just used fire. Yeah, because it is very effective against him, so I would definitely use that. Crouch down, keep getting him. But do keep your distance though, because he can grab you with that tentacle right there. And I believe it is instant kill. Because he has grabbed me like that before. He killed me. As you see, he was right on my ass.
Painful.
And as I was trying to get away from him. But try to keep your distance from him though, because he will, I got dangerous here. He will try to grab you and kill you. So after that cutscene, he'll run away, and then you won't have to deal with him until for a little bit.
I'll
Grab
throw
this
my
here.
back out if I try to lug this thing all
Take
the
it
way to
straight
the
ahead
elevator.
to those, not these steps coming up, but the next set of steps. And then we just put this on the conveyor belt. Now there will be a few opportunities that we'll have to wait on the thing to go all the way around. And we'll have a couple opportunities to do menus. So we got 2 enemies right here. I switch back to Natalia to see where the weak points are. It is possible to sneak up on them, but a bit risky too, because as you're trying to kill one, the other one will try to come after you. So that's why I just go for the weak points. One was in the head, which I thought it was that one, but it was the other one. But at least I distracted him long enough to get to the one and shoot him in the head. And then, yeah, that one was in the leg. And then just run around here, grab this here, and then take it straight ahead to right there. And then there's a little room right here that we got to run into. Switch back to Natalia. Now, we have to hit switches, not at the same time, but like one right after the other. So Natalia hits the switch, give it a second, switch back to Barry, and then hit the switch there, and it should give it enough time to open up the door. And then I switch back to Natalia just to make sure she crosses that hole, because I've had like one occasion where she did not crawl through the hole there, and I was way up ahead, and I had to make her crawl. I switch back there and make her crawl out. So just drag this all the way over here, and if you look over to the left, you'll see there's an enemy in there and where his weak point is. So that way you do that as Natalia, and then you can kind of see where his weak point is. This one is, you could sneak up on him as well, but I didn't really want to take the risk, so I just did that instead. So open up this door here, grab this, and then we gotta take it into the room over here. There's a bottle right there which I'll grab as soon as I put this down. Now, yeah, that thing's gonna drop right there. So once you get up the ladder here, you'll be able to do a menu. And then if you can't get your whole menu right now, you'll have another opportunity here in a second. You just take this up here, drop it off right over here. Turn around and then go up the ladder right there. And then there should be another ladder over to the right. There's an herb right there too. Now you'll be able to have a chance to do your menu real fast if you make it over here fast enough. Yeah, that's why I grabbed all that stuff earlier, because I'm going to need that coming up here in a second. That guy we fought in the room over there, we're going to have to fight him again. Plus 4 or 5 other enemies. I know there's 2. There's one right up here coming up. And then there's 2 to deal with. 2 more plus the 1, yeah. Yes, you just set that there. Press the lever. Switch back to Natalia, and then you'll see where its weak point is. Now, yeah, sometimes you gotta wait a second and then hit X, because sometimes the AIs are not fast enough to make it onto an elevator or something, as you'll see later.
Oh, come on. Not now. Damn it.
Now, you do want to be Natalia, but I had to switch back to Barry here because there was a crate up here that had, I think, some ammo in it. But you do want to be Natalia because there are 2 enemies coming up that we got to see where their weak points are. And you do want to kill them now because it will become real harder. It will become much harder to deal with later on. Here in a few seconds, actually. So you got one in the leg and one in the head.
Monster!
Go around right here. There's a crate over here that has ammo in it. But grab everything that you need to right now because it's going to be a little bit hard here in a minute. We got one over there. And then grab that right here. Now just take this up a little bit further and drop it where I drop it. And then come around over here like this. There's going to be an enemy that's going to pop up. We got him right there, and then we got another enemy right there. And then just shoot him down. And then we got one of those ones with the weak point. Now, yeah, you want to use fire on them. Again, if you have any. Exploding will work too. Exploding definitely helps out a lot. And I was hoping the other enemy would have came up. Because fire will definitely would have got to his weak point somehow. I took a wild guess on that and said it was in his head. And sure enough, I was right, and I got lucky on that. But yeah, just throw sub-weapons at him, and then keep firing at him. Crouch, which I think I do here in a second. Like I said, I do kind of forget to crouch. And I'm glad I did, because that took him out very quickly. Yeah, this fight can be overwhelming. It really can, because you got basically the 2 enemies that you killed in the beginning, and then you got the 3 enemies that showed up there. So you got to take the one out, and then go after the other one while trying to dodge the other one. It's a pain in the ass, it really is. But we are coming up on the end of the chapter here. All we gotta do is just make it to this
What now?
cutscene up here.
Let's keep at it. We'll have that old bitch cornered soon.
Now, I did get the rocket launcher right here, as you'll see. Well, obviously, I did move on. But yeah, as you see, I did get the rocket launcher. And that should be it for that. So that was Revelations 2, How to Get the Rocket Launcher Part 6. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Later.